Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video with the global data download this morning, the app changing on Dokkan, the 7th anniversary is on the horizon in 2 days, the countdown campaign will begin, and in about just over a week's time, literally just a couple days, over a week's time, the banners will be here and we can start summoning. So just like I did last year, I'm going to go through how many Dragonstones you'll be getting total from the 7th anniversary. I will leave the link in the description down below for the wiki if you want to check this page out for yourself in more detail or keep track. So if you could drop a like, subscribe if you're new, that'd be very much appreciated. But let's get into it and tell you how many stones you'll be getting from the 7th anniversary. So kicking things off, there is the missions of 7 masters, which of course has been happening for like the last few weeks. I'm not sure how many weeks we're up to by now, but essentially you should have been doing these anyway because they're not difficult to do. And then the total of number of stones, because of course 7 masters for 7 weeks, 1 each week, you'll be getting 3 stones for completing all of these missions each week, and you'll be getting 21 stones at the end of it physically straight away. Of course, from completing all of these, you do get the Dragonstone Ores, which you can get 77 of in total, which 77 add 21. That is 98 Dragonstones in total. And if you don't know how you get these or you don't remember, once you finish all of these missions, once the first data download happens, once the anniversary is started, they will put the Dragonstone converted Dragon Ores into your gift box, and then you can claim them. And there you go. There's your 98 Dragonstones in total, but these are the amount of Dragonstones you'll be getting physically and immediately after completing each of the missions each week. Of course, if you haven't been doing all of the missions, then you won't get the full 98. So hopefully you have. Then we have the comeback campaign, which is another 10 stones, daily login bonus, again, another 10 stones, and then the returning player login bonus, which is only eligible for players who haven't played from a certain period of time, which once Global's anniversary starts, they will have their own condition for this. You'll get 20 plus Dragonstones, but a lot of us, I mean, if you are watching this video, probably won't be getting this, but for those of you who are a returning player, you will be getting 20 plus stones. Then the social media campaign, you'll be getting another 17, which I'm pretty sure this is a social media campaign where you do kind of co-op missions. It's either the social media campaign where they just kind of give them out, or it's a social media campaign where you do kind of easy missions that combine the total player base of Dokkan, and we'll get 7 in total. So the total countdown, or the total stones for the countdown celebration, is 37 stones, excluding the returning player login bonus. Of course, if you're a returning player, you'll be getting more than 37 stones. Now we have part 1, where things start to get a bit juicy. The daily login bonus, which actually includes all parts, you'll be getting 30 stones plus 99, over 100 stones. Literally, over 100 stones. 129 stones in total, purely from logging in throughout the entirety of the 7th anniversary. The easiest 129 stones of your life. Then the daily missions, which again, shouldn't require too much effort from all parts, is 66 stones. So from literally logging in and doing the daily missions, you'll be getting almost 200 stones from logging in and doing the bare minimum. Now that's almost 200 stones, the easiest 200 stones you'll get in your life on Dokkan, purely from logging in and doing the basics. We have the Dragonstone Ore conversion, which we've already talked about, again, up to 77 stones. If you haven't done all the missions, you'll be getting less than 77, so again, hopefully you've been doing them. Boss Rush, you'll get 35, which, unless you're a newer player, Boss Rush is so easy to do nowadays, so that 35 stones you'll literally get for little to no effort. We're going to get new GT Goku event missions and Fighting Legend Vegeta event missions from part 1, which you can get 10 stones each for. We've got new stages of Dokkan events, which of course is the Dokkan events for both the LRSSJ4s and the LR Gods, which I know 4 stones isn't a lot to get from doing all the difficulties from both events in total, but I mean, you might as well do them. An extra 4 stones won't hurt to be giving yourself, just in general, more stones will never hurt, okay? So just do them. Then we have the free-to-play events, which is, this one is the Goku and Chi-Chi, this one is the, of course, Bulma and Vegeta, and then this one is the Gohan and Goten, which I'm pretty sure becomes an LR, but these are the part 1 of the story events, which you can get 7 from both the Goku and Chi-Chi and the Vegeta and Bulma ones, and then you'll get 8 stones from the Lineage of Great Father, which is the Goten and Gohan one. Then we have Red Zone missions, or the Red Zone stages, which of course global players have been anticipating for months now. because on how much JP players do talk about it. But the first few stages, you'll get 12 from each movie bosses and GT Edition 4. Even though I'll be honest, if you can't do these straight away, which some players will have problems with, again, don't worry, because you're not. Red Zone isn't made to be completed straight away. You don't have to finish it immediately. Of course, if you do, that's great, because then you can have more stones for the anniversary if you need them. But these don't have to be finished straight away. So you may want to put an asterisk by these, and these 24 stones and all the rest of the stones you'll be getting from Ultimate Red Zone, you may want to put an asterisk by, because you may not get them immediately. Not to worry though, because you're still going to be getting a plethora of stones, but you may want to put an asterisk by these amount of stones from Red Zone. Then we have the Soaring Spirit Clash Platoon Rivals, which I'm pretty sure is just an event where you take on like a Goku and Vegeta. I actually don't know about this from JP. I had to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's just an event where you take on Goku and Vegeta. You'll get a stone from it. Again, it probably, if it's giving you one stone, it probably is very easy to do. I know it's only one stone, but in this case, you know, every little helps. You know, I can't remember what supermarket says it, Tesco or Asda, but every little helps. You might as well get it. Then when we have the 7th anniversary Ultimate Clash, where you can get 45 stones. I'm pretty sure I heard people talk about how hard this stage 3 boss is, which I mean, kind of the last few months of the Ultimate Clash, the last stage 3 boss kind of trips people up. But typically after a few tries, you'll probably get it, and that's a big whopping 45 stones you can get from doing that. Co-op campaign. Okay, this one is definitely missions where Dokkan makes or gets combined effort of like all the players from Dokkan to like do these big missions, which typically we do anyway, so that's kind of 10 stones guaranteed. Then you got the SNS campaign, another 3, and then if we get first rank on the App Store and iOS, we will get 130 stones, which typically in hype celebrations like Worldwide and the anniversary itself, we always get. And then not to mention, when it comes to global, the French really do carry us when it comes to the App Store and iOS. So people from France, I'm looking to you again, once again, or this year once again, to get us first place on the App Store and iOS, to get us that big 130 stones. Then you have the live stream thank you reward, which once this live stream takes place, which I'm not sure what day it will, but once it takes place after the live stream, after like 3 hours later, they will gift us 77 Dragonstones. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So yeah, 77 stones for pretty much nothing, and the part 1 total will be getting 643 stones in total, purely from part 1, which is kind of mad. Again, you'll probably want to give or take the red zone missions, because again, not everyone's going to be able to complete these. But even taking off 24 stones from 643, that's literally just under 620 stones. So still, you'll still be getting over 600 stones from part 1. Which, to be fair, 643 stones is still 6 multis, because you're just shy of 7 from 650. So doesn't really matter, but you know, if you put an asterisk by the red zone missions, you're still getting over 600 stones. And again, you're not meant to complete them immediately. If you can, that's great, good for you. But you don't have to complete them immediately. So I wouldn't worry too much if you can't get these straight away, because you're still going to be getting over 600 stones. Now, we're going into part 2. There's a lot of talking going on. My mouth's getting very dry. Do bear with you, boy. Special missions, another 3 stones. Again, every little helps. All of them add up. You have the DB Games Battle Hour related missions, which I'm not sure what these missions are. I will do a video on each part in the next few days, or when they're coming out. So tomorrow I'll probably do a whole video on everything that's coming in part 1, and then eventually part 2, and eventually part 3. So do bear with for those. But from the DB Games Battle Hour related missions, we'll be getting 24 stones in total. Then from the EZA, this is the Super Saiyan Gods, the Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta, you'll be getting 30 stones, which, by the way, Vegeta's alright, Goku is very good. I've preached him for so long. The EZA for Super Saiyan God Goku is ridiculous. He is literally built for the Ultimate Red Zone Movie Boss Edition, especially because he's literally the kryptonite for movie bosses and Pure Saiyans, which of course Broly is. So make sure you're doing this, but you'll get 30 stones from that. Then you'll get from another 40 stones for the EZA of the SJ4 Tech Gogeta and the Fizz Omega Shenron, which they're both very good, but that's another 40 stones for them. So 70 stones in total from EZA, which EZAs, you know, outside of the LRs, which of course these two aren't, are very easy to do. Then in part 2, we're getting more missions for the GT Goku event and the Fighting Legend Vegeta event, which is another 10 stones each, which is nice. We're getting part 2 now for the story events, or the free-to-play events of the Goku and Bulma. Not Goku and Bulma, Goku and Chi-Chi. You know, can you imagine how many problems that will cause? Out here doing shady stuff. But yeah, the Goku and Chi-Chi part 2 missions, the Bulma and Vegeta part 2 missions, and the Gohan and Goten part 2 missions, which will be giving us 6 from the Goku and Chi-Chi. That's kind of a shame that Goku and Chi-Chi only get 6. It's not fair, but you know, Vegeta is the superior character. Of course I'd say that. You're getting 10 from the Vegeta and Bulma, and 10 from Goten and Gohan. Then we have more stages and missions for Ultimate Red Zone movie bosses in GT edition, which is another 12 stones. Again, you probably want to put asterisks next to both of these, just in case you don't complete them straight away. Again, you don't need to do them straight away, it's fine. You know, I know getting every little stone possible is kind of what you want to be doing, but these missions and stages aren't there to be finished immediately. So don't worry if you don't do them as soon as they drop during the 7th anniversary. You're still going to be getting a plethora of stones, and they're not made to be completed as soon as they drop. So don't worry about it. We're going to have another co-op campaign in part 2, which is again where all the player base gets combined missions, which will eventually be completed once you hit a big total. That's another 10 stones. Weekend missions, another 7. SNS campaign, another 3. And then a social media campaign, which I'm not overly sure why this is question marked. Because, you know, when it comes to JP stuff and knowing what's coming, I usually know what's coming for the most part, especially when it comes to the units. But I don't deep dive on everything that's going on. So I'm not sure why there's question marks here. So without including it, which it probably won't be too many stones, but without including it, we are on 198 stones. But I assume once we get this on global, part 2, you'll be getting over 200 stones easily. Now, moving on to part 3, we have more special missions, which is another 2 stones. We have the final stages for Ultimate Red Zone movie bosses and GT edition, which now you'll get 18 stones for both. Again, as I've been saying throughout the entire video, don't worry if you don't manage to do these straight away. You'll still be getting these stones, you just might not get them, you know, as soon as they drop in each respective part. But the missions will still be there for you to complete and get the stones. Then we have the Easy Ace for both the Year 3 LRs. This is the Vegito one. This is for the Gogeta one. You'll be getting 33 stones for both. You see what they did there? Part 3 LRs, or, you know, the Year 3 LRs, 33 stones. But you'll be getting 66 stones in total for both of them. They are very good. Vegito does kind of edge it here between these two. Sorry, Gogeta fanboys. Then you have the easy area for the Fated Bloodline edition. I'm not gonna lie, this is what happens when I don't completely know everything that's going on, and I kind of leave stuff as a surprise. I'm not sure who the easy area is for. It might be the free-to-play units, I could be wrong, but you do get 13 stones for that. We've got even more missions for the GT Goku event and the Vegeta event, which is another 10 for both. You have Chain Battle, which I know it isn't very fun to play. It is quite boring. I've played it recently myself just for some extra stones. But you will get 20 stones from it. It's boring, it's tedious, but it's very easy to do. You will get 20 stones. Another co-op campaign of missions, that's another 7. And literally just for the end of the 7th anniversary, Dokkan will gift us 30 stones, which is very generous of them. How nice. Thank you so much, Dokkan. And then for part 3, you'll get 194 stones. Again, you might want to put an asterisk by the red zone stuff. But again, this is what, this time 18, so you have 36 stones. You may want to take 36 stones off of this, but that's still, what, over 150 stones. That's still 3 multis worth. So you might want to put an asterisk by them. But in total, from the 7th anniversary, we will be getting 1,093 stones. That is if you grind every single thing that is to come out. Easy A's, free-to-play events, easy areas, every single mission, all the Dragonstone Ore master missions, everything combined, you'll be getting a total of 1,093 stones. That is literally, if you didn't save at all when you're going in with 0, that's how many stones you'll be getting once the anniversary ends. That's how many stones you would have had. So of course you're going to be spending them on the LR banners, on the anniversary banners. But yeah, if you haven't been saving that much, or you've only started saving recently, don't worry. You might not have that many stones as soon as the banner drops, but over the course of the whole anniversary, you'll get 1,093 stones, which is a hell of a lot. Of course, if you've already been saving prior like I have, and not, you know, spending willy-nilly, you'll be getting 1,093 stones on top of what you already have in total. So if you manage to pull them, you can start saving into Worldwide or whatever's coming next. you'll be getting a ridiculous amount of stones. So in total, once the anniversary is done, I would have had in the range of like over 2,000 stones, and some of you would easily have had more. Then we have EX, which is technically isn't really, it's kind of almost like a mini extension of the anniversary, but it's kind of like the anniversary's ended, but it's kind of like a small extension. But EX, you get 21 stones from login. You have Inherited Fate Warriors a Century Later, which I think is an event, which is 11 stones. You have the Extreme Z Battle for Destined Rivals Saga 5, which, by the way, this is where the EZAs for the year 4 LRs come from, the SSJ4 Goku and Vegeta. So their EZA comes during EX. That's when their EZAs drop, which is 43 stones. Then you have the EZA of Dokkan All-Stars, which isn't an EZA for a specific unit. You're not EZAing a unit here. This is basically an EZA event, EZA stage, where you just non-stop go through different sagas of Dragon Ball Z. And once you've finished, I think, all 99 stages of it, you'll get 277 stones in total. This is another thing you don't have to complete immediately. I mean, you can't really because of how many stages there are, but you can kind of bang it out and rinse it. So at least when it comes to streaming, I can be streaming this a lot of the time, and you can come watch me chill and vibe. We can do it together. By the way, link in the description down below if you want to see me stream. And then you have the Easy Area, next part of Fated Bloodline Edition, which is another 7 stones. And from EX, you do get 359 stones in total. But again, that does kind of include this, which you may not do that quickly or be bothered to do that quickly. But in total, you will get 359 stones, which you could use for Raditz, which will be the next Dokkan Fest after the anniversary ends, which you probably don't want to do. Or you can save those 359 stones, those 7 multis worth of stones, for the worldwide download celebration, which could either still potentially be Vegito Blue, which I think is going to be the 8th anniversary he'll be for, or we're looking quite likely, which could be Dragon Ball Super superhero stuff. So that is 359 stones you could save going into worldwide download celebration. So that is all the stones you'll be getting from the 7th anniversary. Again, it is 1,093 in total, and again, on top of what you've been saving, on top of that as well. That's why I'm saying, if you haven't been saving recently or not really saved too much, don't worry, you'll be getting a plethora of stones regardless. Again, don't forget to put an asterisk by the red zone event missions, because you don't have to complete them straight away. So don't worry, because they are meant to be challenging. It is the most difficult event in the game, so you might not do them right away, and you do only have 3 attempts a day to get them done. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You'll still be getting a plethora of stones. You'll still be getting over 1,000 stones. So don't worry if you haven't saved. Don't worry if you can't do the red zone missions. You'll still be getting a lot of stones. So do let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, I will leave the link in the description down below if you want to check this out yourself in detail. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. The anniversary is almost here, boys. I'll see you in the next video, and peace.